Warning, the following video contains spoilers for Canto 9. If somehow, after a month, you haven't caught up to Canto 9, do that.
사장, 제가 상대하겠습니다.
This battle starts as a standard refight against Lucio, who we fought at the beginning of the Canto. His skills interact the same until Phase 2, however he's inflicted with power down due to, Valencia fucking beating him. Even in his passives, he goes on to say how he's gonna kill her after this fight is won. So despite his predisposition of seeming like he's going to blindly follow orders from her, Lucio's actually fighting for himself here. Despite his injuries that would make the average person not able to walk for days, Lucio's still standing, and only minorly debuffed. This video isn't about lore, it's more about gameplay. I just wanted to note how fucking cool this is. Lucio's an awesome character.
루치오, 내가 시킨 건
And now begins Phase 2, where we have Virgil as a ally unit. Lucio will prioritize inflicting clashes with Virgilius. However, an awesome game mechanic comes into play. Virgilius' passive, the Guide. The Guide makes him a proper ally unit, where Virgilius will retarget his skills depending on where you clash. As you can see here, if the Sinners clash with Lucio, Virgilius will retarget to Valencia. While it's not perfect and very flawed, it's very fun to use. After some time, depending if it's you or Virgilius, it doesn't matter, Lucio will be out of the fight completely. All that's left is to whittle down the thumb nurse father. And after much trial and effort,
그만 하지 그래. 당신 이미 중상을 넘어섰어.
당신 생각은 어떠십니까? 요시히데님이라면 이쯤에서 전투를 포기하셨을 거라고 생각하나요? 애초에 이런 상황에 놓이지 않을 거라고.
몇 번이나 말했지. 그런 엉뚱한 데 말고 심장을 노리라고. 내가 수없이 시범 보였잖아.
나 잠깐.
심장을 뚫어. 그 망할 놈의 심장을 뚫으라니까.
학어를 조각내.
네가 그러니까 교본에서 벗어나지 못하고 있는 거야.
어떤 건 딱딱했고 화석했고 물렀고.
당신의 고통도 흐트러지고 있군요. 이해합니다. 이 공간은 가끔씩 사람을 완전히 미치게 만들 때가 있으니까요.
방해가 퍼질 때마다 난
이, 이 하찮은 벌레 새끼가 지금 뭘 들고 있는 거야? 이 징그러운 새끼가! 그래!
Let's take a quick little detour. Can you believe it? Our third fight alongside a color fixer! However, why am I bringing this fight up if it's not the fight I'm going to be talking about in this video? Contrary to our previous experience with Virgilius though, Sinclair does not have the guide, meaning he's a standard ally unit whose attacks cannot be redirected. This fight echoes more of Virgilius' first on-screen battle rather than the fight we just had with Valencia and Lucio. So, yeah, it's an extended cutscene. However, this fight works to introduce a new type of coin to the game, excision coins. Green coins that are completely able to destroy unbreakables. While this fight is awesome and it has amazing lore implications, it's also a tutorial. This entire fight is a tutorial for how excision coins work, so you understand them. Okay, I'm sorry, enough faking you out. However, we have to get one thing out of the way. Okay, for real, this is the last thing I need to show. Versus Matthias and Kira Part 2 is the climax of the middle section of the Limbus Company's raid on the House of Spiders. Admittedly, by design, this fight is very similar to Valencia's fight, with the key differences being you have constant buffs applied to you from Moses, and also the Nurse Father is available to fight immediately. Despite it being a very good and very challenging fight, design-wise, there's not a lot to note about the boss fight. I mean, sure, limiting your team building and splitting aggression between the two is very fun. However, that's not the reason why I brought it up. The reason why I bring this fight into light is it teaches you something very important for later on. While they're strong, allied units aren't invincible.
내 항해가 여기서
뜨거울 거다.
Despite it all, your allied units can lose clashes. They're not the be and end all. You still have to play the game. Since these units don't have Virgilius' redirect targeting, it becomes a game of balancing both your health and the aggression towards your allies from Matthias, showing that even color fixers can struggle. Even Ezra, who has Shin and should be a color fixer, can struggle. It's an underappreciated lesson in humility that prepares you for the worst, and I think it does it very well in this boss fight.
징그러운 새끼가!
대체 어디로 간?
야, 잠깐. 저기 인기척이 느껴지긴 하는데 미동이 없는 게 영 이상. 어이, 수염! 괜찮냐?
인기척이라고? 아니야. 그것뿐만이 아니야, 히스.
뭐?
소리가 들려오잖아. 엄청나게 바닥을 기어다니는 사각거리는 소리들이.
우리는 검은 날개 소리와 함께 어둠 속에 둥지를 튼다. 왕국들은 멸시되고 영구 불변하게 행진한다. 그러다 어느 날 너희가 잠든 침대 위의 안락한 자리에서 갑자기 나타나 삶을 부러짓고 발악하다 사라져갈 때까지 천천히 갉아먹어 치울 것이다. 행진, 섭취, 번식, 섭취, 삭제, 재생.
아이 씨발, 진짜잖아. 해충 새끼들의 왕. 이제 와서 갑자기 부화한 거냐?
If it wasn't obvious enough, I think this is the greatest boss fight in the entire game. It physically pained me not to talk about this boss fight because of my spoiler embargo. I'm not even going to talk about the lore implications of this boss fight because it could go on for hours. I just want to note how Virgilius isn't dominating these clashes. That's fucking terrifying. Now let's talk about how this boss actually works. The Roach Emperor actively makes it so unbreakable coins are not useful against him, giving him base power plus 10 for every unbreakable coin on his skills of excision coins. Okay, just don't bring any unbreakables. Dog. This alone is a marriage of the three mechanics we learned from the previous fights. 1. How Virgilius' targeting works. 2. How excision coins work. And 3. Your allies aren't the be-all end-all. This brings in an underrated aspect of the game that I love a lot. Risk assessment. Risk assessment in this game is the process of identifying which will have the best outcome and what has the least downsides for you. Let me give you an example. Do I take the excision coin attack for Virgilius? Will I have enough K-Corp ampules and shield left over to tank it? Am I inflicting enough SP down against Gregor to make him have clash power down? Can I inflict enough status effects to remove protecting pests roaches, while also being able to clash with his excision coin skills this turn? Will Virgilius be able to inflict enough damage while I clash his clashable guard? What if we put him in his disadvantage state too early, and Virgilius isn't able to damage with his ego? Am I taking on too much damage from hurting pests roaches? All this culminates together to make you realize, you're not fighting this boss fight like usual to win clashes. You're fighting this boss fight so Virgilius doesn't lose clashes. All these combine together to make an extremely demanding fight. Even with reading the passives, even with understanding everything, it's still difficult. It's tough, it's grueling, it's difficult, and it's really fun to overcome. Completely getting rid of the SP system besides debuffs, the focus of the fight being around status effects but not for damage or the utility you'd expect, allowing the usage of different IDs, for example, 7 Heathcliff who's on screen right now, working alongside Virgilius while also fighting for your life. It's just an absolutely unmatched feeling. They really nailed it with this boss. I cannot express enough how much I love this boss. Going into this blind and actually needing to use a continue was one of the best experiences of my life. I appreciate a boss that's difficult for all the right reasons, and this one completely flips the game's format on its head. So much elements that seem like they shouldn't work together work so well. God, I just feel giddy talking about this fight. If this is the framework for how combat's gonna be in PM's future, I'm very excited. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.